viewers, moving on to the buy now, sell now lens topic for today, and we're going to be shifting focus to M&M because that stock is now seen to be sitting at its all-time high levels. And in the investor meet, that was the first ever investor meet coming in for the company, we have seen strong commentaries from the company. If we talk about some of the major key takeaways by the company, then indeed, firstly, the company did tell about their plans and strategic priorities to capitalize on their market leadership in the farm as well as auto business. The management is quite confident that they have been doing pretty well onto their auto business, and going ahead, any of the capex requirement that the company has, all these verticals are self-sufficient to fund that. Other than that, they want to unlock the full potential in their IT as well as financial services. In an interview with Mr. Anish Shah with ET Now, he did specifically mention that the turnaround story is there in Tech Mahindra and the company is working on that. And thirdly, they want to deliver high growth in some of their new ventures as well. But one of the factors that the street was really excited about was their new offerings and the upcoming offerings in the EV space. They did showcase 3 new electric SUVs, which they were quite well designed. Even the analyst community is liking them, as well as they are also saying that the market share is one of the key focuses for M&M in the times ahead. They did come out with their capex plans as well, and all in all, very strong commentary coming in for M&M across the board, and even the brokerages are seen to be liking it. For the like of Nomura, they have gone ahead and raised the target price on M&M while maintaining their buy rating to 3,374 rupees. They're saying that they expect M&M to continue delivering market-beating growth across their segments, as well as when it comes to some of the other brokerages, then they are also sounding positive. So majorly, all these brokerages have gone ahead and raised their target price on M&M. But indeed, let's move on and let's also hear out from the top boss of M&M itself, Dr. Anish Shah. Let's go across and listen in to what he has to say.
All our businesses are positioned well. They've got a strong value proposition, which is why customers will come to us. They've got a strong execution as well, and that execution part is important because at times we've faltered in the past when we haven't executed well. So that's one thing we're pushing across all our businesses, is make sure that we can execute well, that we can actually deliver whatever we commit to our investors.
You know, M for Mahindra, M for Magic. That's what I always say when I look at your numbers. Whatever you've indicated, you've really managed to beat the estimates quite handsomely. In your forward guidance, which some would say of a 20% EPS growth and 18% ROE, some would say that that's very conservative because you're sounding optimistic, all your businesses are growing. So would you follow what you've done in the past, beat the numbers and beat your own estimates handsomely?
So Nikunj, when we set the target for 18% ROE, a large number of our analysts and investors came to us and said, "You're crazy to say this, you're not going to get there."
That was 2 years ago, but
that was. Now, we got there in 18 months, even though we had said we'll get there in 3 to 5 years. And since then, we have been consistent in saying that's actually a good target to have. It's a good target to have an 18% ROE on a consistent basis. And if we can manage 15 to 20% growth on a consistent basis, that's something an investor would absolutely love. So we've got fairly tough targets. We also have made them tougher because when we said this, we grew 84%, in fact, from an EPS standpoint over the last 4 years. And then we said, fine, let's take the first year out because that was a little lower. And therefore, it raises the bar for us in terms of growth as well. But we're comfortable with that. So at this point in time, we're staying with the estimates we have. But obviously, the efforts across our teams is to over-deliver wherever we can.
Well, that was Anish Shah of the M&M Group. With that, let's also welcome in our technical guest for the day, Kush Bohra, and our fundamental guest, Rajesh Agarwal. Rajesh, I would come to you first. You must have gone through the M&M Investor Day. What was your key takeaway, and post that, any of the M&M Group stock that you consider as a value buy at this moment?
Good morning, Soumitra. Good morning, Srishti. Good morning, Kush. First of all, let me congratulate you on your 15th anniversary of ET Now. I clearly remember late 2008 when the show was not on commercial terms, but it was going for just trial runs, and I was doing those shows those days with Aisha and all. It was really wonderful to see that 15 years have gone by, and I wish many more 15 to go ahead in future. Now coming back to Mahindra and Mahindra, we have been very bullish in very long period of time. Yes, it has given phenomenal return in 2024. In fact, if I would say that it was the best performing stock of 2024, I don't think I would be wrong. Almost 70% return in FY24. In 2024, I would say till date, and that's phenomenal for a company like the size of Mahindra. Because in say, mid cap, small cap, you can see these kind of returns, but for our large cap companies, 70% in just 6 months, it's great. It's trading at record high. But coming to company, we are very excited because of the plans to introduce 6 SUVs by 2030, almost 23 launches by 2030. And as per FY24 volumes, if you see, it's become the world's largest tractor manufacturer. Strong plans going ahead to scale up both domestic and overseas market. We think the company is on a strong footing. The outlook from the management has been very strong. And the best part is the farm equipment division, which was lagging for some time, is going to perform in FY25. Just because of the fact that the focus of the government would be on rural infrastructure after the elections, and not to forget that IMD has predicted above normal monsoon. So these two factors are going to help farm equipment business to go. Overall, we are very bullish on this. Although it has run up quite a lot, but we feel that by FY25 and that's March, we can see a target of 30 to 50 on that.
All right, so that's the take coming in on M&M from Rajesh. And Rajesh, thank you so much for being a part of all throughout these 15 years. We can see a dedicated viewership of yours who just come to ask, have your guidance on this show particularly, but I'm sure that you have been part for so many shows throughout these years. So thank you so much for that. But Kush, you have also been supportive towards our journey to turn us to Fabulous 15. Thank you so much for that. And let me just ask you on M&M as well. Though M&M as a stock is doing pretty well today, but apart from that, a lot of these other counters, M&M Financial, TechM, they're all seeing good gains in today's trading session. So any stock that still stands out for you at this point in time, and any fresh view or buy recommendations in any of these?
Sure, Srishti, first up, a very good morning. Hi, Rajesh. Well, first up, congratulations on your 15 years. You're well and truly into your teens. So, the rebellious nature of a teen and the maturity of, a veteran. So I think, you've got all of it covered. And it's a genuine pleasure that I started my, journey in the realm of media. Markets, I've been around for a while, but, in the realm of media, with your network. So it's been a genuine pleasure, to be a part of this journey. Well, as far as the M&M Group goes, there's no two ways, or there's no doubt that, the leader of the pack, will continue to outshine, which is the M&M stock itself. Now, in the near term, the stock actually over, and we are seeing some negative divergences. So from a near-term perspective, I would be inclined to buy this on dips, perhaps close to a 2750, 2800 kind of a level. But if you've got this from a medium to, or rather a medium to long-term perspective, I don't think you have to worry about, these dips or this volatility at all. Now, we've discussed, you mentioned a few other names, Tech Mahindra, perhaps Mahindra Finance, Mahindra Logistics. Some of these names are showing some traction, but there's fair degree of volatility and a range-bound movement. So we might perhaps want to hold up before we get a very clear direction on some of these names before we start parking any more capital to it. So as far as the group goes, my pick will remain Mahindra and Mahindra. Any fresh capital deployment should be done on dips. And as for the rest of the pack, I think I'll wait and watch and have some more clarity before parking any more money in the other group names.
Well, thank you, Kush and Rajesh, for your views on M&M. And with that, let's slip into a short break, and post that we'll...
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.